Keeping you informed. This is In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS.
Welcome back to another edition of In.form here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and we're bringing to you the first ever Shop and Sip Artist Walk happening this Wednesday, September 17th with the Heart of Jasper, and this is happening from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Downtown Jasper Square. And with us today, we have the Heart of Jasper representatives. We have Miss Kate Schwenk as well as Mark Nowotarski. So welcome, guys. It is a pleasure to have you in today.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having us.
Great being here.
So we have the pleasure of kind of hyping up this very first ever event, which we're going to dive right into, and Mark's very excited about it. We've talked about this all morning. It's very exciting stuff, but let's backtrack just a little bit. Let's talk a little bit with Kate, the executive director of Heart of Jasper, a little bit about what the organization is. Maybe give us a quick summary or a quick deep dive into, the history of what Heart of Jasper is and has become.
Yeah, sure. So Heart of Jasper is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. A lot of people think that we are affiliated with the city, but our office is in City Hall, and we use a lot of resources from there, but we are a separate organization. And we are focused on downtown revitalization through economic development and tourism efforts. And so Heart of Jasper is part of a nationwide program called Main Street America. So we're a nationally accredited program, and there's local Main Street programs all over the country, which is pretty fun. There's a lot of people working on a similar mission, and that's to revitalize downtowns and main streets.
Right. So I think a lot of what we're kind of seeing here is, of course, utilizing the revitalized space of Downtown Jasper, and Heart of Jasper does a great job of, providing various different events. So we're talking, of course, of the Shop and Sip, but what other events might we know you guys from?
Yeah, so the Shop and Sip is one. Anything that's going to support our downtown merchants. We want to see people gather downtown. The city did a great job with the redevelopment of the square and added the gathering spaces there. So any events that are going to bring people there to use those spaces. We have Music on Main, which is free music on the Saturdays, April, May, and June, and then October, November. And then we do a fundraising event in October. It's coming up October 3rd. It's called Mingle on Main. So that's our one ticketed event we use as a fundraiser. And then we have the Downtown Chow Down hosted at the Jasper Riverwalk Plaza.
And might I add that, a lot of these local community events, it's free to attend, the majority of them, and then you can come out and support various merchants or various small businesses and stuff. That's kind of the heart of it, right?
Yeah, any event that we can host that's free, that's going to bring people downtown, that's going to support the restaurants and the businesses is successful to us. That's what we're looking to do.
Right. And Kate, I'd be remiss not to mention, you did say it's a 501c3, and although you have your upcoming fundraising event that you have in the fall, are there other ways that people can support Heart of Jasper right now with donations or just sharing what you guys do online or various things like that?
Yeah, I mean, both of that, and sharing anything that we have coming up, anything that we're doing, getting involved. We have a great group of volunteers, Mark being one of them.
Imagine that.
and then we do accept monetary donations as well. We have a lot of businesses that support us, a lot of individuals that support us, which is great as well.
So again, not something we want to ask for in the world today is asking for money, but at the same time, that's what starts the initiative, and lets you guys be able to do the work that you do and continue to include volunteers like Mark and all the other volunteers. I know there's a lot of great community members out there that I know of that help with Heart of Jasper, so it's amazing to see who all gets to put their hands on this thing and craft it into something such as it is. And with that, we're going to talk about the Artist Walk, the artistic part of it. So, Mark, what do we need to know about this first-time event? I know this has been a passion project for you, so what do we need to know?
It is. Just a little bit of background. Before I moved back here where I worked, it was a community called Sylvania, Ohio, and it was very similar in size, and they had a downtown area, and every month, every first Friday of every month, they had the Redbird Art Walk, and it had groups of artists that were inside the merchants, and it's just it was an event that was started by them a while ago. It grew, but what they liked about it, the local artists got to display their work. They got to sell their work, and it brought people into the merchants. And a lot of times, what they said was there were a lot of people that came in that had never been in their shops. So I thought, once we had the revitalization done here, I thought, and we have a great art community. I mean, some fantastic artists. And I'm going, I want to try to start it here. So I brought the idea to the Heart of Jasper group and stuff like that, and just started working on it. And so we decided that for us, a good way to start would be to tie it into a shop and sip. And let's try it out this year, see how it goes, and hopefully, if it's successful, which I think it will be, we could expand it in 2026. So that's the hope, that's the goal. I mean, the first one, it's exceeded my expectations from the standpoint we got 10 merchants we actually had a couple more merchants that were willing to participate in it. And we have 10 artists that stepped up, and I think they're all pretty excited about it. So yeah, we're looking forward to Wednesday evening.
That is fantastic to hear. So let's, Kate, give us a little bit of a rundown on what we can expect from the shop and sip side of things, and then Mark will come back to you. And I want to hear all about these artists that we're going to see. Sure. So let's learn a little bit more about shop and sip.
Yeah, sure. So the Shop and Sip was created. This was some feedback we got from the community about really wanting to see the stores open later. In the evenings, a lot of them close 5:30, which does make it challenging to get down after work sometimes. And so Heart of Jasper a few years ago went to the merchant and said, can we start one night a month staying open late? And so we agreed on a Wednesday. Some stores had already stayed open late on Wednesdays. And so they all agreed to that, which was great to see that partnership with the merchants. We work very closely with them. And so once a month on Wednesdays, the merchants were staying open till 7 p.m. So Heart of Jasper lined up live music. So from 5 to 7 this Wednesday, we'll have John Azalina playing live music. I'm usually set up at the fire pit. Might be a little warm this Wednesday for that. But usually they're set up at the fire pit. Wood Capital Pizza, now that they're open on the square, they'll be open for dinner as well as Oink, Pub and Grub, and the other nearby restaurants. And then we have the Downtown Jasper Social District, where if people wanted to grab an adult beverage, they can do that at the participating bars and then walk around and shop, listen to music, check out the art this month. And so those shop and sips are once a month, May through December, 5 to 7 p.m.
Right. And you mentioned, adult beverages, but this really, you guys, with the sips in mind, you guys do try to market this as also a way to take your family out for a night, just checking out the various vendors and merchants and stuff downtown too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, kids can always get a boba from Next Chapter or something else to drink because they love those. But yeah, it's definitely a family-friendly event. Adults can come, whether it's groups of girlfriends coming out or anyway, but family-friendly event as well.
Very good to mention. So, no matter what type of shop and sip, it's always welcome to all who want to come. And again, it's free to walk around, free to check out the merchants and, just support them and what they're doing. Even if you walk into a store and don't find something that you resonate with, just saying hello, thank you for having me, and, recognizing them as a vendor or as a merchant is super, super, I think, important for them. I know as a shopper, I try to be as conscious and as open-minded as that. So with that now, Mark, let's talk about your artist, because you've got quite the lineup for this first event.
Sure. It's again, it's a great variety of artists doing different type of artwork. If I can name them, that would be great. I'll start out with at Finishing Touches. We have Ann Kissel, and she does pastel art. She does other type of arts too, but that's what she's focused on. Just Whimsy, we have Val Acker. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Watercolors. Diane Winokur will be at the Next Chapter with paintings and prints. And Kelly Eckerly has her pottery that she'll be showing at the American Mercantile. Wood Capital Pizza has Jennifer Tolbert with pottery. Downtown Running has Mary Reese with oil paints and acrylics. Lori Nichols with acrylics is at the Top Notch Boutique. Fairly new store, so if you haven't gotten around downtown, get in there and check that out. And then Blonde Brush will be doing her window painting on a new store that's opening this week. You could help me out there, Quilted Piece and stuff. So and then I'm sorry, Ron Mack will be, and he's pretty well known artist and stuff, and he'll be having his oil paintings at Occasions of Jasper. He may even be painting at that time.
Oh.
Don't know for sure. That was open to the artists. If they wanted to be working on a piece while they were there, they could do that. And we encouraged it, but didn't mandate it.
Right.
And then finally, George Smith will be at Chocolate Bliss.
And he does watercolors as well.
He does watercolors, yes.
That is,
So-
honestly, I'm just blown away by the different variety of not only local names, but the different art mediums, because again, that's a fantastic way to kind of get these artists connected to the local community. And as you already mentioned, that we have a strong arts backbone, so being able to display this with the merchants downtown and again show off that beautiful downtown square is definitely a fantastic way to kind of bring everything together. With that as well, I would also imagine that we need to make sure we bring cash, and maybe if you have Venmo, kind of just be flexible for the artists if they're going to have their displays and whatnot. And Mark, as you were kind of saying, or maybe it was Kate, some of the artists are trying to actually curate some of their pieces that they'll be bringing to what store they're setting up into, right?
We're hoping, yes. I don't know for sure which ones exactly have determined if they're going to be doing their work there. That was something that they were working out with each of the merchants. If they had the space available to do it, how they would set up and what it would involve.
And you bring up a fantastic point of you guys aren't just saying, hey, come bring your art and set up downtown. You're actually having these artists and these merchants establish a connection and communicate with each other so that they can make it kind of their very own showcase, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That is fantastic. And then this is happening in the Downtown Jasper Square this Wednesday, September 17th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. It's a new event, local arts and artists, and of course there's going to be live music, entertainment, get you something to drink or just hang out. Hopefully it's not going to be too warm downtown. So, and this kind of also leads us into the upcoming Jasper Arts Beehive Arts Market on October 25th. So Kate, how does that kind of go from arts here to arts later down the line in about a month?
Yeah, so Jasper Arts is a great partner of Heart of Jasper. So any event they're doing, we try to promote. And our focus for the past 5 years has been arts, entertainment, and dining. And so we like to support the local artists as well. And so with the Artist Walk, as this came about, we said this is a great way to promote the upcoming Beehive. That's been a long-standing, very popular event for Jasper Arts. And so Friday, October 24th, the night before, there is a ticketed event as a fundraiser for the arts from 6 to 9 p.m., and then the next day on Saturday the 25th from 9 to 3, it's a free entry, but that's where you can walk around, see all the vendors. It'll be a larger art event than what we're doing for the Arts Walk. But this is a nice little preview of what people can see if they attend the Beehive.
Absolutely. And before we kind of wrap up, which I'm going to ask you guys the titular question of, do you have anything else to add? So be thinking on that. But Kate, before we ask that question, I wanted to ask how we can best connect with Heart of Jasper. You guys do a fantastic job of social media kind of initiatives and stuff, but how do we connect on social media? How do we connect? Do you guys have a website? What do we need to know about that?
Yeah, social media is always great. And then our website, heartofjasper.org. You can sign up for our e-newsletter that comes out usually Mondays or every other Monday, kind of depending on what's going on. So if there's events coming up, I try to send out a newsletter that Monday prior to the event. So that's a great way to stay connected with current things happening. But the website's great. Social media is great. Those are both two places to find us.
Very good. Now, Mark, the question, is there anything else you want to add to your first upcoming Artist Walk?
Well, just to everyone within the community, come out and support our artists and come out and support our local shops, merchants.
Very good. Kate, anything you'd like to add?
I'll just put another plug in for Mingle on Main. It's our upcoming fundraiser, Friday, October 3rd, 6 to 9. It's a open house style event. We have 4 different restaurants participating, Oddfellows Bar, and then our 2 chocolate stores on the square participating. So it'll be a fun event.
Jasper's real unique having 2 chocolate stores. That is fantastic. But thank you both so much for your time today, and best of luck as you continue to pursue Shop and Sip and have this very first Shop and Sip Artist Walk this week.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Very good. This has been your In.form here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS. Again, with the Heart of Jasper, their Shop and Sip Artist Walk happening this Wednesday, September 17th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Support some local artists and, of course, see some new exciting things happening on the downtown square in Jasper, Indiana. All this is happening Eastern Standard Time.
This has been In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Catch past episodes on our social media pages and our websites. If it matters to you, it matters to us. In.form.